For the past few years, we've all gotten pretty used to AI as this super smart chatbot, right? A master of words and information. But what if that's just the tip of the iceberg? Today, we're going to talk about a huge shift in what AI can do. We're moving beyond just talking and into the world of doing.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. What if your AI could actually do your to-do list? I'm not talking about just helping you draft an email for your vacation. I mean, what if it could go out, find the best flights, compare all the hotels, and then book the whole thing for you? That's the promise we're talking about, this new frontier for AI. And trust me, it's happening a lot faster than you might think.
All right, so let's get into it. And just to be clear, this isn't about a slightly better chatbot. No way. We're talking about a completely new category of AI. This is the leap from just having passive knowledge to actually participating in the digital world.
This is a great way to think about it. Right now, most of the AI we use is like a brilliant librarian. You can ask it anything, and it can find and summarize the information perfectly. But here's the catch. It's stuck behind the desk, confined to that chat box. This next leap? Well, that's the personal assistant, an AI that can actually get up, leave the library, grab some tools, and start checking things off your list.
So, this new doing AI actually has a name. It's called an AI agent. Sounds cool, right? But what does that really mean? Let's break down the secret sauce that makes this whole thing work. Okay, the key phrase you need to know is agentic reasoning. And look, this isn't just about an AI thinking to itself in a box. It's the ability to look at a complex problem, break it down, make a plan, and then actually take actions in an external environment to get it solved. And here's the really important part. It learns from feedback. If something doesn't work, it adapts and tries something else. It's dynamic. And this whole process follows a pretty simple loop. You can see it here. First, it's got to perceive. It needs to understand the goal and the world it's working in. Next up, it plans. It breaks that big goal down into smaller, bite-sized steps. And then finally, it acts. It gets its hands dirty using tools like a web browser or code interpreter to execute that plan step by step until the job is done. Now, this isn't just some sci-fi theory. This is real. Researchers are building these powerful AI agents as we speak, and there's a new model on the scene that is just shattering all the old benchmarks. So let's meet the new champion of the agentic AI world. Here it is, LongCat-Flash-Thinking-2601. I know, it's a mouthful. But what you need to know is that it's a massive, 560 billion parameter open source model. And it was built from the ground up for one thing, action. Its whole purpose isn't just to talk, it's to do. So you want to know how good this thing is? Let's just put one number up on the screen, 99.6%. Just let that sink in for a second. What on earth could an AI be that good at? Well, here's your answer. That 99.6% is its score on a notoriously difficult test called AME2S, which mixes really hard math with Python coding. And when it's in its heavy thinking mode, LongCat is nearly perfect. We're not talking about simple arithmetic here. This is complex, multi-step problem solving that demands both deep reasoning and the skill to actually write and run code. And get this, it's not just a math whiz. It's not a one-trick pony. Just look at the rest of the benchmarks here. Across the board, from coding to using different software tools to searching the web, LongCat is pretty much establishing itself as the top dog among open source models. You see all those green bars? Yeah, they're sitting right at the top, time and time again. So the big question is, how do they do it? How in the world do you teach an AI to act when all it's ever known is how to talk? This is where the team behind LongCat got really, really smart. And here's the huge hurdle they had to overcome. Think about it. Most of the data on the internet is just text. It's passive. It doesn't actually show an AI doing anything. That kind of data, the kind that shows step-by-step actions, is super rare. So what do? If you don't have the right training data, how do you teach the skill? Well, the answer is you make your own. They built this incredible system they call a hybrid data synthesis pipeline. It's a three-pronged attack. First, they took web tutorials, like how-to guides, and turned them into step-by-step instructions for the AI. Second, and this is the genius part, they had other AIs generate tasks inside of virtual environments. This meant they could guarantee all the steps actually worked. And third, they specifically taught the model how to reason and choose the best path forward when it had multiple options. Super clever stuff. So did all that extra work pay off? Oh, yeah, big time. Just look at these charts. The gray line is your baseline model with standard training, but the green line,
That's the model with this new enhanced training recipe. When it comes to complex stuff like trying to book a flight or navigate a shopping website, the difference is, well, it's not even close. The performance gap is huge.
And the scale of this operation is just mind-boggling. We're talking about a virtual playground with over 10,000 different simulated environments. And these weren't all the same. They covered more than 20 different domains. It's that sheer variety that gives LongCat its superpower, the ability to tackle problems it's never even seen before.
They also packed in a couple of other really cool features. First, they built it for the real world. They intentionally threw noise and imperfections into its training data. Why? To teach it how to handle messy, unpredictable situations. Because, let's face it, that's what reality is like. And second, they gave it that special ability we mentioned earlier, heavy thinking mode. For the really tough nuts to crack, this lets the AI explore a ton of different solutions all at once, kind of like it's brainstorming at superhuman speed to find the absolute best answer.
Okay, so we've seen what these agents are and how they're built, but let's zoom out for a second and talk about the really big picture. Why does any of this actually matter? Why is this shift to agentic AI such a game changer? It's because we are literally witnessing AI evolve right before our eyes. It's shifting from being just an information engine, something we ask questions, to being a true problem-solving partner that we work alongside. This is a tool that doesn't just give you an answer, it helps you get to an outcome.
And that really leaves us with one final exciting question to think about. As these AI doers get more powerful and easier to use, that gap between having an idea and actually making it happen, well, it's going to get smaller and smaller. So I'll leave you with this. When you have an AI that can do instead of just think, what's the very first task you'd give it?